In a small, serene village nestled in the mountains, there lived a wise old Zen master named Kato. Master Kato was known throughout the village for his wisdom and calm demeanor, always ready to offer guidance to those in need. One day, a young man named Kenji came to him, seeking advice. Kenji was well known in the village for his kindness and generosity. He was always willing to lend a hand, give a comforting word, or share whatever he had. His friends and neighbors admired his big heart, but there was one who took advantage of his goodwill. Takeshi, a sly and manipulative colleague. Takeshi often borrowed money from Kenji, promising to repay it soon. However, the repayment never came. Each time, Takeshi had a new excuse, a new story of hardship that would tug at Kenji's heartstrings. Despite his growing financial strain, Kenji couldn't bring himself to say no. He believed that kindness and trust in people were paramount. One evening, Kenji found himself at Master Kato's modest home, sitting on a tatami mat and sipping tea. The tranquil surroundings and the master's serene presence were calming, but Kenji's heart was heavy. "Master Kato," Kenji began, "I have a friend, Takeshi, who always asks for my help. He borrows money from me, but he never repays it. I want to be kind and help him, but it's becoming difficult for me. I'm not sure what to do." Master Kato listened intently, nodding slowly. After a moment of silence, he spoke, "Kenji, let me tell you a story. There was once a fisherman who lived by a bountiful river. He was a kind man, always willing to share his catch with his neighbors. Every day, he would go out and fish, and at the end of the day, he would distribute his fish among the villagers. The villagers were grateful and praised him for his generosity. However, there was one villager who was particularly greedy. This villager would come early and take more than his share, often leaving little for others. The fisherman, wanting to be kind, never confronted the greedy villager. He continued to fish and share, even though he began to notice that there were fewer fish left for others and for himself. One day, the fisherman's friend, a wise elder, saw what was happening and spoke to him. "You have a kind heart," the elder said, "but you must also have wisdom. Your kindness is being exploited by one, and as a result, many others suffer. You must learn to balance your generosity with discernment." The fisherman thought about the elder's words and decided to confront the greedy villager. He explained that he could no longer give him extra fish because it was unfair to others and to himself. The villager was angry at first but eventually understood and began to respect the fisherman's boundaries. From then on, the fisherman was able to help more people without being taken advantage of. Kenji listened carefully, understanding the deeper meaning behind Master Kato's story. The master continued, "Kenji, your kindness is a beautiful thing, but it must be guided by wisdom. You must learn to recognize when your generosity is being taken advantage of. True kindness involves not only giving but also setting boundaries to protect yourself and ensure fairness." Kenji felt a weight lift from his shoulders. He realized that his reluctance to confront Takeshi was not just about kindness but also about fear of conflict. He thanked Master Kato and left with a newfound sense of clarity. The next time Takeshi asked to borrow money, Kenji calmly explained that he could no longer lend him money until the previous debts were repaid. Takeshi was taken aback and tried to manipulate Kenji with guilt, but Kenji stood firm. Over time, Takeshi began to respect Kenji's boundaries, and their relationship evolved into a more balanced and respectful friendship. Kenji learned that true kindness is not just about giving to others but also about respecting oneself. He continued to help those in need but with a newfound wisdom that ensured his generosity was sustainable and fair. Master Kato's lesson echoed in his heart, guiding him to be both kind and wise in all his dealings.